welcome to The Hearing. I'm John.
And from Chicago's North Side, I'm Scotto.
And before we get to this week's album, and well, before we get to our best of the year lists, just a couple
Mhm.
of things to mention. I said last week that I didn't get a Spotify Wrapped because I'm not a Spotify subscriber anymore, and I was waiting for the YouTube version. Turns out I could have gotten a Spotify Wrapped as well as the YouTube music version, but I couldn't see either of them because my phone is too old. My phone is quite old because I'm
Uh,
poor and can't afford to replace it. Um, I'm running the next to latest version of the Spotify app. I can't update and get my Wrapped. And when I switched to YouTube Music back in July, I couldn't install the app because my phone is too old. Um, just a brief moment of, old NB yells at cloud. Um, I really fucking hate how everything is going mobile these days. As someone
oh,
with bad eyes who doesn't like small screens,
yeah, it's been mobile for a while, though, really.
but it's just getting worse and worse. And desktop is bigger. It's more useful. I know it costs money to probably develop for multiple platforms, but it's just irritating as someone who really doesn't like mobile.
I mean, I really don't have a desktop unit. I've got a couple laptops and the phone.
Well, yeah, I up until my iMac a decade ago, or almost a decade ago, I had been using laptops for a while. But yeah, when I say desktop, I mean not mobile. So a laptop is
Yeah.
a desktop. You know, something you
Yeah,
don't
granted,
need.
that laptop is right now plugged into a regular monitor.
Uh, well, yeah, it might as well be a desktop then.
Yeah.
One other thing to mention, Meg Mash, the former bassist for Unpeople, who had to leave the band when she contracted long COVID, has recorded a solo EP. I remember you were pretty disappointed to find out she left the band because you really liked her voice.
Yeah.
Um, she's using the name Project Meg for the EP. The EP itself is called Absent from It All. It'll be out on March 6th. The first single, Forced Quit, will be out on the 16th. She has stressed a number of times that it will not sound like Unpeople. Um, she wasn't there for the writing of that EP. She came in for the arranging, particularly the vocals. But uh, I've heard her do like an acoustic version of one song and like clips of some gigs she's done locally. Um, much mellower, more alt rock, kind of melancholy. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what she does. And I love her voice.
Yeah. Yeah, she did have a great voice.
On to, of course, our top 10 lists.
Or
Or
top.
what would have
Or,
been top 10, but you said you couldn't narrow it down. So we agreed on
uh,
top 13.
I had 13. I was like, this would take me like another 4 hours
Uh, and you
to
already
like,
were like a half hour late. So I quickly scrolled through the list of what we'd done this year and added three more to my list. I had one on the bubble that I knew I had cut, and I just found two more that I liked. So at number 13, I have Selling by the Pound by Genesis.
of course, that is my number one for the
Uh-huh.
year. I mean, it's one of those desert island discs, if
Uh-huh.
there ever was one.
Mm.
My 13 is Lucy Dacus, Forever's a Feeling.
Dacus. Okay. Number 12, I have Some of Us Are Brave by Danielle Ponder.
My 12 is New York Dolls.
Oh, wow. Number 11 is Unpeople by Unpeople.
My number 11 is Bridge City Sinners, In the Age of Doubt.
Your bottom end is on my top end.
And you see, how would I eliminate any of those three?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Number 10, I have Cosmos Factory by CCR.
That is my number three.
What's your number
Uh,
10?
my number 10 is Jasmine 4T, You Are the Morning.
My number 9 is Archie Borgie by Squeeze.
That's my number four.
We don't need to do that because then we get up to my upper end and you've already said it. Um,
That's right. You have been saying, I'm assuming that like these guys that I've been saying are somewhere on yours.
what's your number 9?
Fireside Shadow. What if I'm right?
Number 8, I have You Are the Morning by Jasmine 4T.
My number eight's Tin Machine. Tin Machine because nostalgia is one hell of a drug.
Uh-huh. Yes. Number 7, I have Soft as Ash by Brian Down in the Forest.
That is my number seven as well, and I
Nice.
think it would have been higher had it not been only an EP.
Mm. Number 6 is What If I'm Right by Fireside Shadow.
My six is Orla Gartland. Everybody Needs a Hero.
Mm. And number 5, I have Entertainment by Gang of Four.
Number five for me is Doshi, Alligator Bites Never Heal.
Number four, Purpose of Feeling by Lucy Dacus.
Of course, four Squeeze Argy Bargy.
Number three, Everybody Needs a Hero by Orla Gartland.
Uh, Cosmos Factory
Uh-huh.
for my three.
Two, In the Age of Doubt by Bridge City Sinners.
And my two is Gang of Four Entertainment, an album that I had not heard before
Hmm,
and was just, I mean, I think I played the fuck out of it for a
nice.
lot of, I, I almost thought it was done in 24. I was like surprised to see that was 25. So I was like, oh, well, yeah, obviously that is, that is up there.
Hmm. My number one is New York Dolls by New York Dolls. Yours, of course, Genesis Center Song England. I just they created punk. I have to. They had to be my number one.
First the Fifth Alone, of course.
Uh, and now on to this week's album, which is from 1975, A Night at the Opera by
You
Queen.
could say this week's
Also a
opera.
movie. They got the name from the Marx Brothers movie.
Yeah.
Queen are a British rock band formed in 1970 and best known for many, many things, but mostly for vocalist Freddie Mercury and their song Bohemian Rhapsody, which for once is on A Night at the Opera, which is their fourth studio album. It was released on November 28th, 1975, on EMI Records in the UK and Elektra Records in the US, produced by Roy Thomas Baker and features Roy Thomas Baker and Queen, and features Freddie Mercury on lead and backing vocals and piano, Brian May on guitar, backing vocals, lead vocals on tracks 5 and 10, Kodo on track 8, harp on track 9, ukulele on track 10, Roger Taylor drums and backing vocals, lead vocals and additional electric guitar on track 3, and John Deacon bass guitar, upright bass on tracks 1 and 5, and electric piano on track 4. Reminder, I don't edit any songs into our reviews for copyright reasons, but on our blog at johnscotto.wordpress.com, you'll find links to A Night at the Opera on Spotify and YouTube, so you can follow along if you'd like. Track 1, Death on Two Legs. Like that nice quick piano opening, great guitar riff, like all that sirens and that chaos. And then it suddenly switches to this kind of mellow piano part. Great first guitar solo. I'm going to be shouting out the guitar solos a lot.
Piano sounds a lot like You're My Best Friend.
Yeah, Freddie repeated himself a lot. There's a bit on a
Yeah.
later song that reminded me a lot of Bohemian.
Oh, yes,
Um,
definitely. But yeah, the star in this is May,
mhm,
and that guitar.
yeah.
The lyrics
Mhm,
are pretty damn funny.
uh-huh.
I'm hoping they're intentionally funny.
I'm sure. This was a fuck you to a manager, if I recall correctly.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's pretty much doing the Grinch song, just singing about how
Mhm,
shitty this guy is.
mhm. The issue, and I alluded to this a few weeks ago, a few episodes ago, Freddie is just too presentational for me. One of the benefits of doing hearing for so many years, it has helped me identify the things that I really look for in music. So far, I have two criteria. It has to physically move me. It has to have a good groove, which Queen's great for, and it has to have conviction. Freddie is almost musical theater. I never have
Oh,
I,
definitely.
I
Oh, of
never feel
course.
any conviction in his voice.
And
Um,
but this one, I mean, this one's all right, this song, you know? This isn't where the problem lies in the
oh no,
song.
no, no, no! This is far from the worst. It's fine. Some great harmonies. I like the panning. Great second solo. I think the overlapping vocals got a little old in verse two, where the next line starts before the first line ends. Um,
Um,
that got a little old to me, but it does have a nice sudden stop.
um, that gets more problematic later in the album, but so again, wait for it.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of track two, lazing on a Sunday afternoon.
I just look at the first line of my notes. Oh no, why?
I like the piano. I do like the piano opening. Um, some nice pan harmonies, nice harmonized solo again.
Ah,
Gotta give May all the credit. Um, but when that vocal comes in, it sounds like Python.
it it's we've heard the Beatles like they did
I call the Beatles out later, but this is just straight Python to me.
I can't remember if it was Honey Pie or Wild Honey Pie. I mean, one of them I will skip all the time, and
Uh,
because it sounds just like this, where they're doing we're doing the 1920s thing and like using the same distortion. That's from the White Album. That's 6 years before this.
and I see this title and I get hopeful because the Kings have a very similarly titled song that I love.
I mean, I know it's only a 1 minute and
Yeah,
second
yeah,
song, and Brian May gets like 15 seconds of a
right.
guitar solo in there to make it good, but just I mean, I think that was the shocking thing of this review.
Mhm,
Was I expected Queen to be innovative, you know?
mhm.
Like if you're doing Bohemian Rhapsody, it's about innovation, and this is the opposite of innovation. This is just kind of being an also ran and doing what's been done before. And yes, you're right, Python.
And this is my big problem with Queen. And I am gonna. Well, we don't have any listeners, otherwise I would get hate mail. Because I mean they're iconic, but particularly being a musician, Queen are gods to musicians, particularly
Yeah.
Gen X musicians. There's an old adage: you do not cover Queen. Yes, they are slash were all absolutely fucking brilliant musicians, but they really lacked in terms of songcraft.
And, we talked about this with Squeeze
Mhm.
and with Credence, that they're bands that we were just like listening to singles
Right.
for, and the other two, like holy shit,
Yeah.
it is really worth delving
Right.
in to those albums. And
Both of
this
those albums made our top 13, probably our top 10.
and
This one didn't.
yeah, definitely that was definitely in my top
Yeah,
10.
same. This one
And
didn't in either
but
case.
but this, I mean, they really were half-assing the the filler songs.
This is my issue with this. My one of my many issues with them. No conviction from Freddie. No songcraft. It's all just entertainment. Put on a show.
Yeah.
Show off our skill. There's no feeling. There's no balls.
So the next track, um,
Track
uh,
3. I'm in love with my car. This is my pick for favorite.
it is like the earworm, but I think I knew we were in trouble when I heard this song that this was kind of on the album and early, because I mean it's you know it's pretty it's really cringy.
The lyrics are inane, but it's my favorite vocal on the album because at least Taylor
Wow.
commits. He means it. Not the lyrics. Put the lyrics aside, they're trash.
Yes, they are really bad.
But the vocal performance, he feels every fucking word. It's got a good groove, great chaotic opening. I like the voice and the guitar duetting. I'm weirdly good at ignoring lyrics. Even though I often value them when they're great. That's the thing I love about Rush.
Uh,
Um,
and sometimes I can, but and this one they were just they were nails on a chalkboard.
I mean, I'm probably never going to listen to this song again after this review.
And
But
and the other
if I
problem
have
is
to pick a favorite from this album, this is it.
it doesn't really sound like a complete song. It
Mm.
sounds like they had an idea and they rehearsed it kind of and they put it out there, but it felt like it needed baking, Like it just was the same melody kind of repeated over and over again. There wasn't much of a difference between the verse and
But
chorus.
it has balls, and nothing else on this album does. Although that kind of fade in at the end was weird.
Oh yeah, totally. They had no idea,
Like
just
somebody
like how
accidentally hit a fader.
it was kind of like, how do we end this? Oh, I don't fucking know. Oh, we'll just leave that in. That's how we'll end
Um,
it, kind of feeling.
Track 4, You're My Best Friend. Love that electric piano at the beginning. Was very surprised to find that it was Deacon. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that was a surprise.
Great groove, great vocal melody, great harmonies. Love the bass part, massive drum sound. But it's one of those songs I've heard a billion times, so it's really kind of hard to come up with anything
And
interesting to say about it.
it's kind of a Stevie Wonder thing though. It's,
Yeah, yeah.
like what's that movie? Oh, High Fidelity, where,
Uh,
they're in the record store and they go to Jack Black, a call to say I love you, and
mm,
he's just like cursing it out, and then like, wait, is your daughter in a coma?
Well, to be fair, that might be Stevie's worst song. He's a fucking amazing songwriter. That was probably a paycheck.
I mean, May's playing is flawless in this,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but
It always is.
lyrically it might even be more embarrassing than the other songs before it.
Uh, Track 539. Nice panned acoustics, great harmonies in the intro. Really like the harmonized lead guitar. Great acoustic lead sound. You don't hear May play acoustic very often. It's got a good
I
bouncy
had
groove.
no idea May had this good a singing voice. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Good vocal from May. I love the kick sound. Great melody, great walking bass. The harmonies in the chorus were a bit ragged, which was weird for Queen.
It's
Um,
very weird. This is like a Crosby, Stills, and Nash song
yeah, yeah.
with this like weird. I mean, I didn't know it was a sci-fi thing until I looked it up because I
Uh,
was like, what is this about? The
oh, I
39.
didn't pay attention to the lyrics. I thought it was like World War One or World War Two rather.
No, it's yeah, that's what I kind of assumed too. No, it's about these space explorers who leave their home and go off and
Uh-huh.
they wind up coming back. It's like 100 years later because of time travel.
And again, my other issue with Queen: the songs aren't about anything, and rarely ever are they about anything.
It, like once you hear that, you can see some of the clues he left in the lyrics, but he doesn't
Hmm.
come out and say it,
No,
which is kind of a mistake if you're going to do that deep a premise.
right, right.
But he was trying to keep it simple,
Huh.
so it could still just be a Crosby, Stills, and Nash song.
Track 6, Sweet Lady. Great opening riff. Love that raggy guitar sound. Great bass sound. Love how that kind of free time opening evolved into a groove. Great vocal, though it's a little bit too low in the mix. Love the chorus riff, and I love that chaotic double time ending.
Yeah, this is one of the better ones on the album. It's similar to the fast version of "We Will Rock You."
Mm, yeah.
They're really going for Hendrix and Zeppelin here, but I think I mean I do like this one a lot. This
And
metal rockabilly thing
yeah,
going
yeah.
on at the end too. It's just nuts.
And now another problem, Seaside Rendezvous.
Ooh,
Again, nice opening piano. I like Freddie's piano playing, even if he gets a bit repetitive.
probably his best piano playing on the album
Yeah,
right here.
nice bouncy groove, great harmonies, great bass sound. I like how it's mixed with the piano, but it's another one that sounded like Python to me. And what the fuck was that solo? Kazoos?
I mean, it felt like they were trying to be prog by taking this other type of music, but the fact was they weren't taking the type of music and doing anything with it. They were
Uh-huh.
just playing ragtime jazz Dixieland,
Right.
and then they threw in a few weird sound effects.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they've got their harmonies, which of course are tight, but it's definitely not enough to save the song or the side of the album,
Uh-huh.
honestly.
Track 8, Prophet Song. I do like the wind, the coda and the guitar at the beginning, very moody.
Yeah.
Good vocal melody. This one had potential. Nice harmonies, like that insistent kick in the verse, great electric guitar sound. I liked the chorus melody.
And then where would you say it went wrong there, John?
Freddie needed an editor. From someone needed to tell him no.
Now, when they do the vocal breakdown, when it
Uh-huh.
starts, it is pretty much ripping Zeppelin off
Uh-huh. Yeah,
and that
yeah.
whole lot of love,
Right, right.
I think. And then he just fell in love with the idea of that repetition and the nobody likes around,
No.
you know?
And and Freddie doing all of the harmonies in there
Yeah.
takes away from the charm of their harmonies. It's the three,
Yes.
I think three, because I don't think Deacon sang. No, it's Freddie, May, and Taylor together. That blend is beautiful. Having it all be Freddie takes away from it. Also, just before that section, there's in the bridge when Freddie tries to sound tough. It reminded me of Beat It. He sold tough about as well as Michael Jackson did.
Oh, oh boy.
It just goes on way too fucking long. I was the Mr. Bean gif where he's looking at his watch. This is a great example of why I am completely over self-indulgence in music.
So this is how my notes went. Oh, this is what I signed up for, the intro part.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, oh, the a cappella round is something.
Mhm.
Damn, how long did this section go? And then I think even the worst part of it is when they break out of that and they get into that guitar,
Hmm.
it's pretty much ripping off Tull and Thick
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
Brick,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Yeah,
Because he does that whole thing where it's just like, it's very self-indulgent, but
right.
it's much better than this.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
I mean, Tull.
it isn't that
Hmm.
self-indulgent.
Oh, quick side note about Tull, because I'll take a moment to not bash Queen. Um, a while back I saw this video of TLDP talking about like their 10 out of 10 albums, like no fillers, no skip tracks.
Yeah.
Um, and I was thinking because I famously said I don't know of an album that doesn't have a skip track for me. I actually did think of one,
Oh yeah.
Aqualung.
Oh,
Every track on that I listen to when I do listen to the album. Um, it's the I think it's the only album I can say that about. There is nothing I skip. Um,
even Tales from Topographical Oceans. I think there's only 4 tracks on it, right?
I don't know that I've heard that one, or at least not in a very long time. I'm not that into Yes.
And then Thick as a Brick is only 2 tracks,
Well,
actually.
fair, fair. I've always been a greatest hits guy. As much as I love Tall, as I mean, Anderson is a close second to my biggest vocal influence after Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
Um, on my socials, I did a quick cover of Locomotive Breath. I can actually sing him rather well. Um, but I've always been a greatest hits guy with them. I've been meaning to delve into the albums, and I'm a little afraid of Thick as a Brick.
I think he makes it work. And normally, I mean, back to the Prophet song,
Yeah,
I would be all over the 8.5 minute epic.
right. That's why I paused when I announced it because I was expecting you to say it was your favorite.
And I think I liked it at first a little bit, but when you get it into like repeated listens, it's
Uh,
fucking annoying.
yeah,
It's row, row, row your boat pretty
yeah,
much, that middle section.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what the hell? And I think it's just this it's like a band that came late to the party, Like Prague was in its heyday
Uh-huh.
a year or two before this, and here they are just kind of piling on and trying to it's like I heard Prague die when I listened to this song, It was like, well, this is
Wow.
this is why it had to come to an end.
Oh
I
wow.
mean, and it was a long process. It went from here and it washed up on Love Beach.
Uh-huh. I'm just looking at the songs that are yet to come. Are you doing the unthinkable?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't think either of us would. We'll get there.
Because what else are you gonna do on this? Come on,
Uh,
man.
I didn't want to. Anyway, we'll get there. Track 9, Love of My Life. Love that
I'm
opening with
picking love of my life, obviously.
oh, that's what I'm saying. It had to be. Love that opening with the piano, acoustic guitar, and the harp. Nice to see May played the harp. Great vocal melody. This is the thing Freddie was born for. Um, that piano turnaround is very bohemian. Um,
Right. Why he didn't have to play piano on every song.
yeah.
If he didn't have a variety of melodies,
Mhm.
don't play them.
I was kind of joking when I said somebody needed to say no to Freddie, but actually, from what I understand, he was the guy in charge in the studio.
Yeah.
He was the boss, so nobody said no to Freddie in the studio. Great bass sound, beautiful harmonies. I like how the first lead guitar break kind of mimics a cello in the bridge.
It didn't seem like he was in for this whole album, honestly. I
Uh-huh.
mean, he was just he supported most of the other songs that he was on, but he only wrote like what, 4 songs
Uh-huh.
here?
Yeah, and this is their big iconic album. That's why I picked it.
Yeah, I, I was very shocked,
Yeah,
honestly. I was not I, like that's sort of a subversion of
yeah.
expectations when we did the zombie takeout, and I was not expecting a very good movie.
On Zombie Ticket, we did a movie called A Christmas Horror Story. We both expected it to be a cheesy B grade, horror comedy. It was
And I'd
actually,
already listened to this, so I was like, oh, let's listen to this,
yeah.
watch this fucking shit. And then was like, wait, this is good.
The movie turned out to be a proper horror movie that really went hard. This is Queen's iconic album, and
Which I was like, oh, great, I love Queen. And I was
yeah,
like,
I gave you a
not
little
sure.
warning a few episodes back, but
I
yeah,
was just kind of like, what are you talking about? It's
uh,
Queen. It's gonna be
yeah.
fucking good. It's gonna be solid. Like, holy shit. You
Yeah.
didn't.
Um, Track 10, Good Company. Nice to hear ukulele. Again, played by
Yeah.
Brian May. Nice bouncy groove. Love the bass sound. I like how the guitar is mimicking woodwinds and brass here and there. Um,
We'd already done Ragtime like 3 times in this.
this one is very, very Beatley for me. The vocal borrows a lot from McCartney.
But if I had to, yeah, I was thinking McCartney for the other ones as well. But if I did have to pick one out of the
Yeah,
four on
this is the
this,
best of
this would
the
be the
kind
best
of
of
those
those.
style of songs. Absolutely.
And the difference is it's written by Brian May and not, Freddie
Uh-huh.
Mercury,
Right, right.
just being like this,
Yeah.
doing this Paul McCartney
Hmm.
impersonation.
But a lot of it was really just a tribute to Paul and May seeing if he could mimic other instruments with his guitar.
Yeah.
Track 11, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, I'm taking the coward's way out. And you can't be mad at me for that with that
Oh, I'm
shit.
not. I'm not mad. Uh,
Because there isn't much of a choice.
right.
I mean,
I didn't want to do it, so I went with the other one. But
I
yeah,
could
I
I
can't hold
couldn't
it against you.
I
Um,
couldn't bear picking this song about like what was it when I hold your
yeah.
greasy
Right.
dress or whatever.
The
Like
lyrics are
like what the
bad, but
the
yeah.
fuck,
Um,
man? What the fuck? And granted, that was catchy. It is the song that gets sticks with you.
and the almost good, but with the ridiculous round.
But did I listen to this through all 3 times? Of course not. I skipped a couple of
Because we've
times.
all heard Bohemian Rhapsody way too many times.
It has been streamed on Spotify over 3 billion
Mhm,
times. 3 billion.
yeah.
Like they talk and make a big deal about somebody being in the billion club. In fact, I think over this week it felt like it had gotten like 20,000 streams just in this week
Mm.
alone. It's still going.
I would be curious. I don't know if this is recorded at all, but like, how much play did it get before Wayne's World?
It was a hit even
Well, I mean, it
back
was a hit
in the
back in the
day.
day, but I'm willing to bet that it had faded and wasn't that
Well,
getting
yeah,
much attention, and then Wayne's World happened, and we, of course, as Gen Xers, got oversaturated with it.
it's why he picked it though, because it had been by
Mhm.
through the 80s, it had been widely forgotten.
Right.
I mean, I remembered as a kid growing up, it was a
Yeah.
fun song as a little kid.
Right.
I think they really were just taking the Genesis structure from Supper's Ready, the whole
Mhm.
part of the song and condensed it down to 6 minutes instead
Right.
of 23. But yeah, it's definitely the best written song on the album. It's not even close.
And before we get into the proper review, I just got to give a shout out to Jake Shimabukura's version. Jake Shimabukura is a ukulele virtuoso. We reviewed one of his albums in our
Oh,
first year
right.
of the hearing. He does a solo version of this, just solo ukulele. All three sections of the song, he works in all of the guitar solos. Again, just a ukulele, no other instruments. It's mind blowing.
I
Um,
mean, I would say it's a four section. Like you got the
oh
power
yeah,
ballad at
fair,
the
fair.
beginning.
The
Then
ending
you've
to
got
me
that.
is a repeat at the beginning.
That's true. You're right. The ending is just the repeat at the beginning. That Genesis inspired
Uh-huh.
middle opera
Yeah,
section.
yeah.
Uh,
Genesis. We'll get to that, and please explain more when we get to it. But um, those opening harmonies are just perfect. I like how the piano acts as a counterpoint to the vocal in the first section. Really nice piano riff. Nice slow groove going into verse two. All of the guitar solos are perfect.
right. I mean, they go metal in that,
Yeah,
you know.
I have that opera section was incredibly ballsy, but please explain how they ripped off Genesis.
I would say it's kind of like the section of Supper's Ready where it's Willow Farm, you know.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, they took opera instead of the absurd kind
Mhm.
of I'm not even sure what kind of music you could call Willow Farm because it's kind of just like this weird
Uh-huh.
thing where he's just going on lyrically about these strange things going on.
Right.
Um, but yeah, he didn't have anyone to harmonize with
Mhm.
quite like
Mhm.
Freddie
Right,
did.
of course. And those harmonies are amazing,
Yeah.
as is the riff in what I'm calling the rock section.
Yeah, I would say it's just metal flat
Yeah.
out, Like when Guns N' Roses covered it,
Uh,
or Axl Rose
yeah.
and Elton John covered it, they didn't change a goddamn thing of that
Nice.
section.
Nice. Um, Great guitar tone, of course, as always with Brian May.
Yeah,
That turnaround back into the beginning section has always amazed me because it is so smooth.
yeah. It fits perfectly. It's
Yeah.
just to go back into the first
Mm-hmm.
section and it's just you know, the ending to it,
Yeah.
the to rest kind of thing.
And I love the gong at the end.
Yeah.
And finally, track 12, God Save the Queen. And no, it's not a Sex Pistols cover. Actually, this predates probably the Sex
Yeah,
Pistols.
by a couple of years.
This is not the Sex Pistols did not cover this. This is the traditional God Save the Queen, the British national anthem, which, if you're American, is My Country 'Tis of Thee. Um,
Yeah.
that opening drum roll they borrowed from themselves for innuendo.
Oh, okay.
I think it sounds exactly like the opening drum roll to innuendo. Great layered guitars, nice distorted bass, nice outro. Love those ending drums. It's just a minute 11 of the British national anthem played
Wouldn't
on
have
a lot of guitars.
minded it being longer, if they've just
Mm-hmm.
did that and say gotten rid of one of the other
Yeah,
tracks on the album, maybe?
I think we're about to. Well, again, if we had listeners, piss off a lot of people. Because do you recommend it?
No, definitely not. They are a singles band, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'll give another, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Queen album a try somewhere along the way,
Uh,
but uh the other ones I want to delve into,
kind of magic.
Squeeze and
Oh
Credence,
yeah, yeah.
but Queen, I'm sticking with. I mean, yeah, I was kind of, of course, the Highlander
Uh-huh.
soundtrack. I always wanted to find his version of New York, New York, but
Uh-huh.
I don't think they actually did a real song of it. I think you only heard a snippet of it in the movie.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, if you're not familiar with Queen, I'd recommend it because it's a useful starting
You
point. But
you won't know. You wouldn't like anything else then.
um, but if you know who Queen are, if you've heard them, and honestly, you probably have, then no, you know what they sound like. You know what you think of them. At that point.
Like
Um,
I'd listen to those greatest hits, like
mhm.
the
Yeah,
volumes
I
one and
have
two and
one of them.
three.
I think I actually have both of them. I've enjoyed them.
I think,
Um,
yeah, I did. I have two, and I will listen to those. I'll stick with those.
mhm. Yeah. And that's it for Night at the Opera. Until next time when we'll be reviewing TBD, because we really haven't talked about that at all.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
worked it
Well,
out for Zombie Takeout. We have no idea what we're doing for the airing.
it'll be in the future, the year
Yeah. We
2026.
didn't say this on Zombie Takeout, but we're planning to come back on January 21st. So a couple Mondays after that, you'll hear the next
Yeah,
episode and find out what we're reviewing. Until then, of course, always remember, never forget, wherever you go in life,
there
there
you
you
are.
are.